A planet maintains its orbit around a star. A Foucault pendulum sweeps across the floor, tracing an exact, predictable path. Physical systems in motion follow strict mathematical rules. Physicists observed early on that during these motions, certain specific quantities never vary. No matter how complex a physical system gets, the total energy within it remains exactly the same. The total momentum is preserved. For centuries, scientists accepted this as a fact of reality. The math proved that these conservation laws worked every time they were tested. But nobody could explain why the universe actually enforced these rules in the first place. Resolving this silence required a shift in perspective. It meant proving that these rules are the inevitable consequences of the universe's internal geometry. In the early 20th century, German universities explicitly barred women from matriculating. Emmy Noether audited classes instead, and by 1907 she had completed a doctorate in mathematics. Even with her degree, the academic system refused to hire her. For years she worked without an official title, teaching classes under other professors' names, entirely without pay. By 1915, the University of Göttingen operated as the global center of mathematical research. Two of the university's leading minds, David Hilbert and Felix Klein, were stuck. Albert Einstein had recently published his theory of general relativity, but the math appeared to violate the law of conservation of energy. Hilbert and Klein could not resolve the discrepancy. They needed an expert in invariant theory, the study of mathematical expressions that remain constant even when the variables inside them change. They knew exactly who the leading expert was. The men mapping the mathematical foundations of relativity found themselves dependent on a mathematician their own institution refused to employ. Hilbert invited Noether to Göttingen. To solve the discrepancy in Einstein's equations, Noether bypassed the specific math to analyze the structure of the physical laws themselves. This diagram shows a shape undergoing a continuous transformation. In math, a system can be smoothly shifted or adjusted. Noether realized that symmetry is not a static mirror image, but an action. If you apply a continuous transformation to a system, and the underlying mathematical rules stay exactly the same, that system is symmetrical. Symmetry went from being a visual description of a shape to an active physical law governing how objects behave in the real world. In 1918, she published what is now known as Noether's theorem. She proved that every continuous mathematical symmetry in nature guarantees the existence of a specific, conserved physical quantity. This graph demonstrates the first transformation. If an experiment is slid forward in time, conducted today instead of yesterday, the laws of physics yield the exact same results. Nature is symmetrical with respect to time. Because the laws of physics do not change as time passes, the mathematics demand that the system must conserve energy. Next, we shift the location. An experiment performed in London operates identically to one performed in Tokyo. The rules do not change based on where you are in space. This spatial symmetry mathematically dictates that any object moving through that space preserves its momentum. Finally, we rotate the orientation. If you turn an apparatus to face north instead of east, the physical laws apply identically. That rotational symmetry guarantees the conservation of angular momentum. This theorem extends to the edges of the universe. Every orbital path, every collapsing star, and every spinning galaxy obeys these exact transformations. Energy and momentum do not stay constant because of an arbitrary cosmic rule. They are conserved because the fabric of space and time itself is uniform. Despite solving one of the most stubborn mysteries in physics, Noether did not consider herself a physicist. Her primary focus was pure mathematics. For the rest of her career, she concentrated on abstract algebra, mapping the behaviors of structural concepts like rings and ideals. The theorem that locked in the foundations of relativity was simply a byproduct. For Noether, it was just one application of the purely abstract logical structures she wanted to build. In 1933, the political landscape in Germany fractured. The Nazi Party took control of the government and began purging Jewish academics from universities across the country. Because of her Jewish heritage and her socialist political views, Noether was officially stripped of her right to teach and dismissed from Göttingen. She fled to the United States, finding refuge and a position at Bryn Mawr College in Pennsylvania, where she finally encountered a welcoming academic community. Her tenure there was brief. In April 1935, she underwent surgery for a tumor and died suddenly from complications just days later. Today, we can observe a rapidly spinning skater pull their arms in and accelerate. Their angular momentum is perfectly maintained. We can measure that momentum, we can calculate the energy, but those physical constants are the measurable results of the unchanging mathematical symmetries Noether identified.